All right, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to Vesta Angels Tarot. This is going to be a reading for July the 1st, 2024. I hope everybody is well. Okay. Um, so we talked about Saturn um the other day, and I also have a previous reading on my channel called Unfinished Business, which is relating to Saturn going retrograde starting as of yesterday. Really, it been started. A lot of you probably have already started feeling the energy of Saturn going retrograde, which is going to be actually a very big deal for everybody. Okay. Um, it's going to be a lot more important than your normal Mercury goes retrograde because we tend to want to emphasize Mercury going retrograde or Venus going retrograde. But Saturn is going to be a bigger deal. Now, that's going to be from June 30th through about November the 4th or 5th, give or take a day or two. And hey, Reese. And it's going to be very important. So it must be very important if I keep going over it. For a lot of people, is going to bring issues of your comfortability or your comfort levels. Okay, whether it regards to love, feelings, emotions, financial stability, job, career, it can be one or a couple of those things, but Saturn actually is going to touch on each one of those areas. That's why I want to keep going over this. And I already had an epiphany that actually we're going to start doing some type of input regarding to Saturn every time that I come on, actually for the next 5 months. hmm That's how big of a deal it is. Yeah. Just to help to keep you empowered, just to help you keep some extra clarity, wisdom, insight, um, to help, to keep turning that information into a sense of wisdom as an accumulation. Um, these are the cards that came out in the pre-shuffle. I hope everybody is well. So let's start, okay? Now, yes, we got Jupiter also that's going to go retrograde from Taurus. But that's not gonna happen a couple of months, okay, on down the line. We got Venus that will be moving soon. We got a new moon in Gemini that will be happening in 4 more days. So we're gonna do the new moon reading. Um, we got a couple of other stuff, but this Saturn retrograde is going to be very important, especially depending on what zodiac sign you are. It can be really pertaining to your money. Okay. We're already, a lot of us, having challenging times when regarding our money, but kind of depending on what zodiac sign you are, can be, let me get an activation card, can really determine, okay, how things are going to be the next 5 months. Now, anytime any planet goes retrograde, the first week will be have a lot of importance about it. Um, Initially, what you do, how you start to initiate or activate, okay, the first week, especially of a major planet like Saturn, but anytime, the first week of something going retrograde can help put into the direction of how things will continue to unfold. So, quickly, if you know you got some unfinished business that you need to do, that you have not completed, now is the time to start on it. If you know you're looking for a job, this first week is very critical. You should have been really doing it 30 days ago before Saturn even started to go retrograde. Um, but we also want to start this before Mercury goes retrograde too, and that will be in Leo. But that won't be until like August. But again, this first week is very important for you to activate things as a starting point. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a lot of pressure for all of us. You will begin to feel the pressure. We keep having this divine masculine energy to come out. Now, let me just get another card. Because for a lot of you, if it is about love and compassion, and we all have masculine yin and yang in us, right? But this can be the initial drive force or inertia if you're a divine feminine, that the power or the pressure will be to you as a divine masculine energy. You get what I'm saying? But also for the divine masculines, it's going to be a lot of pressure on them also. This can also be a turning point for divine masculine energy, for them to make it or break it in their life. Whether they're seeking marriage, whether they're trying to seek reconciliation, whether they're trying to fix their marriage or relationship, when it comes to levels of power, what are they going to be doing? Will they now see and want to obtain the lessons that's needed for the type of discipline and structure as a divine masculine energy? Kind of like the making of an emperor. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of pressure that's going to be put on divine masculine's energies right now. Some of you may already have started to see this. Some of you, if you're married or living with somebody or anything like that, you probably have started to see already a shift in the masculine energy that you're dealing with. And again, if you're a divine feminine, then this is you from a standpoint of how you will be determining also your own personal power. What type of initiative or inertia or perseverance, okay? Because the masculine energy in divine feminines is going to be our duties. Our duties of responsibilities are about to increase. And how you put the energetic action about it, above it, around it, so, underneath it, is how these next 5 months and beyond in your life is going to be very crucial right now. Now is not the time to be lazy. I'm going to tell you up front. If you've never had any type of initiative or you've been feeling in the funk or however you want to say it, these, especially next 5 months, you're going to have to pop out of it. I'm telling you, you're going to have to come out of it because the pressure and the building of the pressure is going to get harder and harder and harder and harder. So what's happening actually as Saturn going retrograde? Saturn is a planet or energy that takes a long time for Saturn to deliver the rewards. Let's just say it like that. Okay. Saturn delays, but it don't never deny. But a lot of people don't never see the good repercussions of Saturn energy because it takes so long. It takes so long. A lot of times can be up to 10 or even 20 years for Saturn to reward you. That's how disciplined Saturn is. Saturn don't mind to keep making you redo things until you get it, you know it, You know how to say it verbatim. You know how to write it down with your eyes closed. You could just smell it from a mile coming away, and you already start walking the other way. Okay, like, ooh, I smell a lesson coming around the corner. Let me go the other way, cause no, I'm not finna do that again. I learned my lesson. I'm not trying to do this again. I'm not trying to repeat it. Saturn will always continue to input that sense of duty into your life as lessons. Now, Saturn is also, AKA, if you want to say, Kala. Kala means time. So, in other words, things that has been kind of suppressed for you, it's about to get another quick go round before you begin to get the rewards. Now, most of the rewards for us is going to be given to us. It can be starting after the end of the 5 months, but it can be once Saturn fully go back into Aquarius, because in Vedic sidereal, that's where Saturn has just left retrograde from, but it's going to go back to Aquarius. Okay. But then after that, when it finally leaves Aquarius energy, again, Vedic sidereal, Jasti is what I practice, not Western. Um, when it finally moves to the next zodiac sign, it won't ever go back to Aquarius until 50 years. That's how long the transit or the energy it can be that Saturn displays. Okay. So, the sense of talking about unfinished business, Saturn is about to bring things back up to the surface for you to um, deal with it, finally put it behind you. It's time to move on. Kala, time. It's time to move on. It's time to do things better. It's time to take on probably new senses of responsibilities. It's time to um can, for a lot of you, put other sense of responsibilities down and take on a new set, especially it can be depending on your age. Okay, because of Saturn, time, Kala, because some of you may be in your 20s or 50s, or um some of you may already be 40s or in your 50s or 60s. So again, when we talk about time and receiving the, and I know Source or Elohim is the one that gives us our prosperity and abundance. I'm not negating that. I'm not saying that that's where blessings does not come from. Okay, but still, as above, so below. If you're still not doing the work or understand that, you know, the more you get, the more responsibility you have to take on for the things that you desire and wish for and manifest. You know, you just can't manifest something or desire something or expect a blessing, but think there's not going to be any type of responsibility that comes along with it. So Saturn wants to make sure that you're ready for your reward. Okay. So it's going to be, I don't want to say a test, um, but you will be put to the, how can I say it? You will be put to the, um, I guess I have to do say test, you know, but let's go. Let's get the other card. It must be important if I keep going over and over and over it, because a lot of people, it may feel like it's coming out of nowhere. It may become very overwhelming all of a sudden for some of you. And I'm just trying to give you a heads up. Okay. So the frequency of belief supports your sense of self worth. based on your gifts and talents and strong connection. So your frequency of belief supports your sense of self-worth based on your gift and talent and strong connection to source. So like I was just saying, and that's the number 11. So like I was just saying, your connection to source right now, or if you want to say God, if you want to say um Elohim, if you want to say, whatever you believe in. Um um that connection is going to have to get even stronger right now. Some of you, your belief system is going to have to change, whether how you see yourself, whether how you see somebody else, maybe how you see a relationship. Um, because beliefs can also be an accumulation of what you perceive as facts, but that don't necessarily mean that it's facts. So some people can be very stubborn to the point where they don't have a change of belief at in any way at any time, okay? And they stay stuck in that sense of belief because either what they want to abide by or either what they perceive as an accumulation of information, dogmas, principles, traditions, whatever the case may be, and then they stay stuck in that sense of belief. Okay? So keep that in mind. What's the other one? Allowance. So this is like I was saying about that reward in a sense. Now, rewards are going to come in different ways. Okay? Um, but if you do the work, if you do the effort, you always get rewarded. But a lot of people think that they supposed to sit there, don't do nothing, and stuff just supposed to fall in their lap, right? Not having any type of perseverance behind it, no type of dedication, no type of work. But again, Saturn is all about the work. If you do the work, if you stay dedicated to it, if this is what you want, Saturn will give it to you. It will be some time, Kala, that passes by. But again, there's a person who is sticking by their sense of belief can be within oneself. I know I can do this. I know I can pull this off. I know I'm strong. I know that this is a huge responsibility. Okay. Even when you're talking about love and compassion and relationships and marriage, people love to adore getting married and spending $300,000 on a wedding, but that's what they just look at, right? A lot of people. But then once the reception and everything is over, the work starts to set in. The responsibility of being married and having kala time, right? Going into longevity of that marriage starts to sit in, okay, as a belief system. Um, that now I have to put the work in to keep the marriage. It was all good with the champagne and drinks and wedding dress and getting your hair done and all of that and pictures and setting everything up and having the most beautiful reception and everything like that. That ain't nothing to the work and responsibility that now you have to put in into the marriage to make it continue. That's when Saturn sets in, right? This is, I keep trying to give you a lot of different examples to some of you of what you're manifesting or what you're desiring, or even if it comes to you with your own sense of feelings and emotions and belief, that some of you may have been stuck in a certain belief either about a genre in general, or this can be internal. Some of you, it may be time for you to change your belief system, and that is going to help you to carry on into more longevity. Okay. But some people won't allow that change. So the masculine card is a 22. Two is a great number. Some of you may have um, 9, 4, 3, or a 1 life path. Um, but the frequency of divine masculine supports your strong focus and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping you to bring your dream and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. And that's what exactly what I said before this card even came out about, especially if you're a divine feminine energy. Now is the time to bring your active side out. And especially if you're in a relationship and or marriage or some type of partnership, and for some of you it can be that you're about to be in one, your active side is going to have to come out, because what's happening is this paradigm or this shift, this paradigm of a shift is shifting, it's changing. And the work now is not all going to be only about the masculine energy. It's going to have to be an accumulation of a divine masculine energy and love and compassion from both people now. The one-sidedness stuff is not going to work, and it's not going to carry what we need to do as a collective, right? Collective energy. This is a collective reading, not a personal. So the connectedness of a divine masculine energy and the love and compassion from the feminine energy has to come together now. If you want your relationship in or marriage, or if this is what you're about to step into, some of you don't know it yet, but that's what it's going to have to be now for longevity. That is what Saturn is asking of you. You understand? So whatever belief system that you have been having, for some of you, and I know it's a lot of old school, um, my, you know, my old school, my old school gents, and, you know, like my OG women, my seasoned women, yes. Some of these belief systems is going to have to change, because this whole paradigm of a shift has changed. The stay at home, you know, at home, and the masculine energy does everything for the next 50 years, I don't think that that may be the case. So if you're a type of person that's stuck in that belief system because that's how you were brought up or raised, or participated, maybe because you're divorced from a long time ago, and maybe for some of you you're single now, your belief system of that is going to have to change, where you could just sit at home and just paint your nails, and you don't have to do nothing. Not unless your mate is in the top, where they're making millions of dollars right now. I'm telling you ahead of time. If your mate is not making millions into the billions right now, I'm talking to you. This whole paradigm of a shift is changing when it comes to our finances, our money, um, our connectedness. When it comes to relationships, it's gonna have to actually be two people now. It's gonna have to be two people now working and having this love and compassion for both, for each other. That's what you're gonna have to allow. Okay. Now I know that's hard because I'm still old school too. Like, I don't work and did so much in my lifetime as being my age. I want to sit at home and work just doing my entrepreneurial ship. Now, that can be something that you can do. You get what I'm saying? But far as just sitting there and not doing nothing, mm-mm. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And Saturn is going to show you. Starting these next 5 months, it's not finna work. It's not. And y'all know I don't come on here. I don't exaggerate. I don't lie. I don't try to say stuff to get views and no. Y'all know I'm not like that. If I'm telling you something, I'm telling you something for a reason. And whoever this divine masculine is that keep popping up in my reading, okay? His energy is very strong. So, he needs to or is very much having a very challenging time in changing their belief too within oneself. I don't know if it's that they just want to stay single and probably date and don't want to get into marriage, or they're struggling to change their belief, how they look at marriage or how they look at the opposite sex, same sex, whatever you like, I love it. Okay, I don't even care. Um, but it's just the point of it's a change in the divine masculine energies now. They're having the hardest time. Thank you, Star Angel. They're having the hardest time right now of allowance. Some of you may already see this. You get me? You see what I'm saying? They're having the hardest time of allowance. They're having a hard time of allowing love, compassion, empathy, vulnerability, whatever that they're comfortable in, or whatever or whoever they're comfortable with. So the frequency of allowance invites you to be open to whatever comes your way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When you allow, the universe becomes your partner, okay? Because remember, the universe source is your partner first, then the human energy here. Okay? So all the people that's walking around like, yeah, I put God first. God is in my life. God is the person that's over my marriage and my relationship. Yeah. But you won't even allow your belief system to change. You won't even allow for some of you to actually be the partner in a relationship. Because a lot of this is for some of you that's already married. A lot of this responsibility should have probably been on the divine masculine. But I'm picking up a lot of energy that a lot of divine feminines, you're doing most of the divine masculine energy. That's about to change too. When you allow the universe becomes your partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So like I was saying, this Saturn going retrograde is a big deal because yes, Jupiter is more about expansion, but Saturn is too, and a lot of people don't really understand or get that because it takes so long for that Saturn energy to give it to you, to kind of show up in your life. But some of you may actually have seen it where you may have a circumstance where, oh, shoo, I finally got through that. I thought I'll never get that accomplished. You know, let's use another quick example. People who apply for medical school to become a doctor, right? They stay in school forever. You're talking about 7, 8 years, almost maybe 10 years before they can do everything and complete their residency. That's Saturn energy because everybody can't do that. Everybody want the money, you know, of what that represents in this realm, such as having those letters or titles behind your name and the prestige that come behind it. And if you're a masculine energy, all the attention that you may get from the other person that you want to be in love with, because they know of what type of lifestyle that they can get or utilize by their mate being a doctor. You know, that's the stigma of this society. But nobody talks about the time and the pressure that Saturn puts on that person for that length of time of all those years of duty and responsibility and perseverance and determination. That's a keen example of Saturn energy. Because with that, you have to put in the work. Now, you also maybe can include lawyer, but some lawyer of degrees may not have to go or have that much of intel or information or when becoming a doctor, but a lawyer or something like that is also, or an engineer, right? A biophysicist. When you're talking about those type of jobs and things like that, that is a lot of dedication and time. Kala, Saturn. So, yes, I don't care if you don't like it. I'm going to keep going over it because a lot of you, your whole life is about to change and you don't see it coming. So, lean back into the arms of grace, let go, and let God. But some of you can't do it. You always want to be in control of everything. hmm That's why we already had the allowance card to pop out. It said to let go without judgment, opinion, fear, and resistance. Most of y'all can't even do that. Maybe you may let go of one of those, but all of those, no. So again, that can be a blockage for a lot of you of a lot of things that has not been coming into your life when you're talking about, if you want to call it manifestations, but it can just be down hard, just a blessing or the larger blessing for some of you. We get blessings every time our eyes open up every day. You get what I'm saying? That's the first blessing overall. But other things that you keep thinking about and desiring and putting a lot of effort toward, and you're trying to manifest it, but it's not happening, it's not coming through. It's because some of these words that's in this card is a blockage for you, or for some of you, it's all of it. Because you're keeping judgment, you keeping opinion, you keeping fear, and you're keeping resistance. But maybe you're not keeping resistance, but you're still holding judgment, opinion, and fear. Maybe you don't fear, but you're still keeping judgment, opinion, and resistance. Now, it's not just you. It's not like I'm just getting on you. It's this masculine over here, too. So they're about to go through a huge lesson. Now, it's no coincidence that this masculine energy keeps popping up and out because they're going through a sense of vulnerability, of this their own sense of comfortable level of allowance masculine energy of vulnerability and love and compassion to happen to them fully without judgment, opinion, fear, and resistance. Okay. So breathe. Everything is happening exactly as it should be. And for some of you, um, you may be relaxed right now, but that's about to change. Ain't no relaxing these next 5 months. It's not. So you've done all the relaxing Okay, you've done all that. Now it's time to get to work. These next 5 months is going to be imperative for a lot of you on the next turning stages, okay, of what the result will be probably going into next year. Because when Saturn goes back direct, that'll already be the end of the year. That's going to be November. It's July. So we're not just talking about, oh, just the next 30 days. We're talking about to the end of the year, November going into December. Okay? So when Saturn finally goes back direct into Aquarius, and then it's going to stay there. Um I didn't find out how many months, but closer toward the next couple of days, the next couple of months, we're going to continue, of course, to do more readings about Saturn. But the results is going to come starting into next year. So if you're putting the effort and everything like that, the dedication, okay, you're handling the pressure. For some of you, it's going to be added responsibility. Then your results is going to be very good because everything is or already or will be happening exactly how it is or need to be. It's just going to be better if you allow it to. If you're putting up the resistance, if you keep putting out unnecessary judgment, whether it's on yourself or somebody else or a group of people, if you're not able to be open or allow different beliefs and opinion, even to your own self or by other people, totally, if you're staying in fear, it's going to make it even harder for you. And what's going to happen when Saturn goes back direct and finally moves out of Aquarius next year to the other zodiac sign? You're going to have to repeat that lesson. You're going to have to repeat it. For some of you, this may be scary for some of you because some of you may know that you may need to divorce or separate because you have already did all of the Saturn time. Some of you may have been married 10, 15, 20, 30 years. We do have a lot of people around the world that is divorcing that has been married all that time. And they have put the time collar into that marital situation. But now it's time for them to relax, okay? Because for some people, they have had now some type of awakening where their beliefs have changed. Can be toward the other person, don't have to be about judgment, but their belief in their self, you know. That can be why we seen just the Ten of Cups with the King of Swords. Um, Somebody here is gonna have that. You see what I'm saying? About all this comfort every time I break the deck. Ten of Cups to the Four of Wands. This is what we're talking about this comfort level. For some of you, that's going to change, or definitely it's coming in. Hi, Jones, how are you? Okay. I don't mean to hold y'all very long, but I just don't ramble. Anything that I say is pertaining to the reading. And as time go on, you're going to understand what I was sitting here trying to tell you for the first 20 something, 30 minutes, um, was valid. My readings are more of foresight. That is my gift, foresight. Okay. Which is, I guess, an accumulation of intuition and third eye ability and epiphanies, enlightenment. That's how the readings come out for me. I don't know about nobody else on YouTube. I just don't read what's on the card. I get intuitive messages. So yes, some of you may be like, done clicked off, like she don't know what she talking about. And that's why they're gonna be lost. Saturn is about patience. And a lot of you that have had a lot of patience over the years, you're about to be rewarded. For the people who have not been patient, that's about to bring up to the surface too. For certain people, family members, lovers, your own spouse, for some of you, your children, right? It don't matter who it is. Everybody finna get a little bit of everything. Because Saturn will make you wait. And some people don't like to wait because they're impatient. And so this is why they keep going through the same cycle. They keep redoing the same thing. Because impatient people don't have a tolerance for can also be a sense of determination. Hey, that's you, Miss Linda. That is you, Miss Linda, right? You on your other page? Okay. Okay, I kind of figured it. I think I had seen that before. I need to, if you want me to, I can add you on this device. I mean, up under that name, and give you a wrench. Um, Page of Pentacles. This can be the divine masculine energy, but it also can be you. Okay. Which is a new way of doing something. Also, somebody wants to come in with an apology. Whether you are you gonna allow it? Let me know if that worked, Miss Linda. Are you going to allow it? The apology, the change, a change in yourself, a change in your belief system. Some of you are already saying no in your head. So back to what I already said 30 minutes ago, a sense of allowance without judgment and opinion. Some people can really settle a lot of things, but they allow their own belief system or structure to keep them stuck in a lot of stuff. And that kind of shuts the door on closure, on reciprocations, um, reconciliations. Did it work, um, Miss Linda? And it stops, right? Because everybody likes to be so comfortable in their own mess. They do. They like to stay in their own mess. They like to stay comfortable in their own mindset. They like to stay comfortable in their own feelings and emotions to keep them like surrounded in a little bubble. And anybody that tried to come through with a toothpick and poke the bubble and expose their feelings and emotions and to start picking on their beliefs and what they need to change about them and etc etc, that's a problem for most people. This is why a lot of us have a problem with allowance, because it brings in a change of opinion, and a lot of people don't like to change their opinion. That's why the first card over there was beliefs. Okay, now the Page of Pentacles, again, it can be an offer of an apology. Are you going to allow it to happen, so that change can happen? This pivotal point right now, these next couple of months, is going to be the turning table to what you're going to start, be in, and to happen for you. Okay, I see it. Um, this next year coming in. Again, Saturn won't go back to Aquarius till 50 years. So some of you, I'm going to be honest with you, If a change in yourself or your situation or a sense of allowance does not start now, you're not going to reap the reward. Now, you may continue to get blessings, yes, but what they're telling me, and this, this could be for all of us, because again, as a collective, we have to allow. We also, Ten of Wands, have to stop allowing things to be burdens that are not ours to carry. Now, that's going to be very hard as a collective energy, but we can do it. We're too comfortable, okay, in allowing burdens to still, for us as individuals to carry. Now, yes, the Ten of Wands in reverse is not over. That's not over. So something is coming to a close here. But it's this allowance that needs to happen. Let me see. I guess I have to pull out the big boys because I want to see for you, for us, what is this Page of Pentacles? The Fool card in reverse. Yep. Judgment, fear. That's what the Fool card is in reverse. The Fool card in the upright is taking a leap of faith, having faith to go forward, but you don't know what's ahead of you, but you're going to push forward anyway. So for some of you, it's fear. If it's not you, it's the person you're thinking about. The Fool card in reverse. So the first word it says is having a free spirit. A free spirit is someone or their energy that does not have judgment, opinion, fear, and resistance. That's why she's leaping or taking a leap of faith because she has no judgment or fear. Free spirit. But if it's coming in reverse, then this is the first change that starts with you before it can be initiated. Also, this other person you're thinking about, or even if you're single, okay? Um, and some of you fear that you will not have anybody to come into your life. So it's something around you that is stopping you from becoming this person jumping in the air. I don't know. Is it opinion about yourself? Opinion about how you feel comfortably? Whether it's getting into a relationship, allowing somebody inside of your bubble. Is it self-worth? Is it self-confidence? Is it trust? Is it resistance? Is it fear? What is it for you particularly that's stopping you from being the opportunist? Okay. Embracing the unknown, jumping in and just doing it. Innovative. Now, everybody can't be or wants to be a rebel without a cause. That's taking a little bit overboard. But for the divine masculine, that can be their energy. That they're just running around here just a rebel without a cause, even if you haven't met this person yet. Okay? So they have to get comfortable with changing that up because there's not going to be that's not the right type of vulnerability. That's the wrong type of vulnerability, especially when you're talking about commitment, marriage, um, making a family, blending two families together, or whatever the case may be. That's the wrong type of vulnerability. Nobody wants a rebel because rebels usually get hurt or in prison, you know. Okay, be a rebel by skydiving, but don't be a rebel in the streets, hurting other people and causing harm and causing destruction. Those are, two different the same but two different levels of vulnerability. Now you have the Three of Wands. I don't say this a lot. If you could see, these cards here got a lot of yellow in the picture. It stands out very brightly. That is going to be, again, the solar plexus, right? Well, that's how they're telling me to interpret it. The solar plexus is where your wisdom and your power lies, right next to your heart chakra. Three of Wands, you're waiting on opportunity. You're waiting on, um, a lot of us, we've done a lot of other opportunities. We made some headway in our life. We tackled a lot of things. Um, we've already been through, for some people, relationships or marriages or commitments, whatever the case may be. You went through life in employment or job or career, but you're looking for something new. You're looking for something um, that maybe you can actually be vulnerable with, whether it's, being open to a new person to date, get to know, whether it's a change in your job and or career, or just being a sense of allowance. Okay, so the Three of Wands here is coming across to me as this allowance, because you're waiting for your ships to come in other words. Okay, you're waiting on the rewards or the results. Some of you are waiting on a relationship. You are. But the key thing here is that you fear it. So how can you fear something that you're waiting on? So it's giving you clues here already that something is coming towards you, but you're going to have to, the divine masculine energy is going to be work. Okay? Five of Cups, the disappointment and the fear. Now, some of you is like, okay, well, I did that already. I put initiative, I put the work in. It didn't work out. I just did this a couple of months, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of years ago. I was trying to date somebody or get to know somebody, and it didn't work. So now I'm waiting on a new relationship. I'm waiting on, some of you, first of all, you're still waiting on an apology or need to give an apology to the last person. So you're still holding resistance and you're still holding opinion, okay, about what went on in that particular relationship or situation with that other person, but it's still holding you back from the future. That's why your Fool card is in reverse. Because that is exactly what the Five of Cups is. For some of you, you're upset and looking at the things that didn't work out instead of turning around as the Fool card and going after new emotions, change of belief, new relationships, allowing something to change about you that you can't change the past. So pull your head up, okay? Come out of this dark cloak, which is again a covering of fear, judging yourself about the missed opportunities that spilt on the ground that didn't work out. Which is a human lesson, which is a human experience. Thank you. Before I can even finish saying a sentence. Y'all know anytime that Ace of Swords pop up in the upright with that sword going up toward source, as above, so below, it's a yes. It's the truth. So what I'm telling a lot of you is the truth. I just seen an orb go by. If anything, y'all gonna learn today. Let me see what this Ace of Swords is. What's that word? leap of faith. Everything I keep telling you, a lot of you think I'm rambling, but I'm not. All of it is part of the channel message. Okay? Prosperity. So what? Don't worry. Moving on. Birth of a son, luck, or easy going. The beaver. Things working against you, but persistence, the letter P, like I said, Saturn, okay? But persistence pays off, determination, repetitive, making dreams real. Some of you have been already in your own way for some of you, but that's okay, okay? Because you still got time, Kala, to change it, because it's alerting you right now that now is the time to put the determination. Now, this for some of you can be about entrepreneurial. Maybe for some of you it's not time, about love and relationship. Whatever this page of pentacles is, it's about first being comfortable, okay, with changing your belief of how you see your own situation and or self. We all going to continue to worry, but don't let the worryation take over, okay, your whole journey. And a lot of you have been in that for so long. Stuck in worryation and fear has been taking over your whole journey. Because anytime you're stuck in that Five of Cups, you're not allowing new changes to happen. Again, you're stuck in that same sense of belief. I believe in this fear. So, in other words, it's kind of keep making me stuck in me doing the same repetitive thing. Because I fear either judgment on myself, that I would choose the wrong thing again, like a Seven of Cups energy, or I fear to allow change or a new person or to do something different to come into my life to help the prosperity to be more abundant. I fear vulnerability, Five of Cups, because once I did it before, the Three Cups here, it didn't work out. So your mind frame, the way you think, your belief system is still left in these cups on the ground. Okay? That's cloaking you in fear and judgment on yourself, and also already judgment on anybody new that may try and come into your life, which is a cloak to block a vulnerability. That's the truth. Now, for some of you, because a lot of us, okay, we have been doing the perseverance. So like I already told you in the beginning, that perseverance is about to pay off. But right now, especially the next few months, like I said, the burdens, the Ten of Wands in reverse, is about to be lifted, because it will start to show you according to what type of perseverance you have been doing anyway. Okay, if you're a type of person where you just been not doing anything, you're going to be feeling more pressure. Let's just be honest. We got some people that don't do the work. And it don't have to be physically. It can be doing the work on yourself. It can be, you know, different situations in your life. But let's get your last card, because we're already going on an hour. We're going to be touching on this every day, or at least every other day. I am going to start implementing career money readings a couple of days out of the week. The persistence pays off, and also the change. Now, this combination here is, yes, for people who want love, family, happiness, that longevity, But this combination first is the change in you that kicks off the start. You understand? Because it starts with you first. Comfortable. Once it starts with you and you have the determination to have this, and like the fool card in reverse, um you stop fearing the unknown. Because again, the unknown or the fool card in reverse is these cups here. No, I'm sorry. The unknown is this. These two cups, let's just say those two right now represent the fool card in reverse. That's the unknown. These over here that's spilt, that's the known to you. And this is why the head is down, looking over here and not at the unknown, because the unknown fears you. Now, these two cups over here can be starting a new business, dating somebody, or a new type of person. Um, it can be moving, finally decide to move to a new state, you know. For some of you, that can be the first thing. Because you get so comfortable in your belief that, oh, I need to stay here. You won't allow yourself to be the fool card and to try something new. I have to say, I have to raise my hand on that. I know that my mate is not in Atlanta. I know this. But my particular fear is the food card unknown. Is that I'm scared to move. For right now. hmm Now, will I probably move once my Page of Pentacles, which is right here, my daughter that is left, that is the teenager, probably once she turned of age, I probably will become this fool card. So I already know what mine is. So the reading for you, though, is to figure out what is yours. Because I know my mate ain't in Atlanta. They're not. I've been had that epiphany and everything like that for me years ago. You said same there. Who else feels that? Page of Swords. Communication is coming in. So let's clarify these last two cards real quick, which is the Ace of Swords. Let's find out what that is, which is the truth. hmm What we have been seeing the past couple of days that keep coming out, the Saturn card with the truth on it, right? hmm You said, hey, Miss Mo Wisdom Seeker 108. How you doing? You're new here. We welcome you. Sorry about the long reads, but that's just how we do it over here because I try and teach you, okay? To help to give you more clarity and wisdom so you'll make informed choices. Yes. Um all right. So the Ace of Swords is a vibrant, abundant life. Now, as soon as I say that, a lot of people going to instinct choose money. It's the first thing that come to their mind. Okay? But remember, we're made out of the likeness of source, of God. So when you talk about that, that is not the first thing. It's what did the card say? It's the connectedness with source. Okay, so for some of you, that will be something that you will be getting closer to, or whatever your particular religion or Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm so glad you finally said something in the chat. We all appreciate it over here. So the vibrant, abundant life starts with you. This is why I say Ace of Swords to the Ten of Cups. But you got to believe that. The belief card, okay? Now is the time more than ever to I don't want to say put the pressure on you, but you got to show the perseverance. Self-care, working on yourself, taking time for yourself, changing your beliefs and how you see yourself, um, taking accountability for your feelings and emotions, taking accountability to how much time, feelings, and emotions and vulnerability that you also give out. Because everybody don't deserve your 100% of vulnerability. Not unless you're married to them. Now, if you have been close with somebody for years, if you've been with somebody almost 6, 7 years and y'all have not gotten married yet, you may need to pull back on that vulnerability. Because remember, as divine feminines, we talk a little bit over here. Every time you meet a person, they know what category that they're going to put you in right after you meet them. You may not know it yet, but if you're a woman and a man is choosing you to go out and to date, right soon as y'all doing that first, second date, they already know what category they're going to put you in. Whether it's a side chick or a wife or a friend. I'm sorry to say. I'm going to tell you the truth over here. Some of you have divine feminine intuition. You know that too. Because you will start to feel the vibe of that relationship change. You also start to see that person's or other person's actions change. Their level of vulnerability will change with you. Their text messages, what they say, page of swords in the messages, the way that they communicate, how many times they communicate. It will all be right in front of your face, but you have to see it. Third eye, not two eyes. Some of you are awakening to that point now. And this why for some of you, unfortunately, you will be changing a relationship that's in your life. But happy, that word comfort again, leisure, wishes are coming true, birth of a daughter. Now, depending on your age and, your health, some of you are about to have or just had an addition to the family. So either some of you just had a girl and some of you just had a boy as an addition. For some of you, you're about to have both. Birth of a daughter, birth of a son. For some of you, you may have already, Ten of Cups, had this, okay, as a relationship with somebody because maybe you already been married or living with this person or you got a baby daddy, baby mama, whatever the case. Some of you, unfortunately, I don't know if it's the divine masculine that's about to leave a family dynamic, so it still can be a baby daddy, okay? Um Maybe you have finally moved on, but for some of you you may have a instance where the baby daddy may come back and forth, okay? Not just about the child, but with you too. That's about to change. Because some masculines here are going for their own family now. So it will be some new additions here where a masculine is about to create a new family um, unit on their own, can be separate from you. For some of you, that has already been done over the years because some of you can have a teenage or a young adult as a child or a boy and a girl from this person. But there is a separation here. There is a separation and or divorce. But if you just have children by somebody or a child by somebody, you're about to separate and they're about to go their own way. And both of you are about to have new additions. Okay, that's not for everybody, but I see it here. But I do see a masculine that will be finally separating theirself from going back and forth with a baby mama or something like that. And they're about to go after longevity and or marriage. Okay. Yeah. The key, like I was saying, somebody about to move on. If your manifestation for some of you is a house or a home, it did pop in reverse. This is going to be your results from the perseverance that you now will put into your life. Some of you have already been working toward this, but it hasn't happened yet. But the key to success is determination, and you've been doing that. But like I say, Saturn takes a long time, but it's here now. hmm You got to find out what the key is for you, though. Let me see. I usually look for a key. I don't see it on any of this. So, um, the liberation that you're looking for is internal happiness. It's going to start with you, but you're waiting on some. Let me find out what this communication is. You're waiting on some type of communication. So it can be from a legal standpoint, documentation. It can be a phone call. It could be paperwork. It can be maybe you're waiting to hear from a mortgage company, a bank. It's going to be different for everybody, but you're waiting on information to come. For some of you, it's going to be when Mercury goes retrograde. This card is also in reverse, which is establish, ambition, experience, development, achievement, longevity, immaturity, and no intimacy. So some of you, you're about to go, like I said, you're about to stop intimate actions with this person, or either the masculine is about to cut it off. But some of you also, you're about to come into union or longevity where that your being celibate is also about to stop. Some of you it's opposite. Some of you are about to go into being celibate because you're understanding that that is the key. It can be because some of you just had a child, or you've decided that's my last child that I'm going to have. Um, But the key right now that I want you to first concentrate on is getting the clarity, the insight, okay? Getting the intelligence, using your genius mind, and also being persistent about particularly what you want, whether it's housing, whether it's a new car, whether it's love, relationship, and marriage, whether it's changing your sense of allowance of meeting somebody new and allowing a love to build, because it's right here. It's right here. It's not established yet because this other person, whoever it is, as the divine masculine, they're needing to come out of this fear and judgment that they're not going to have this. You may already feel it and see it. So you may just have a little bit more work to do. But that's why it's telling you to have a sense of allowance. Okay? To be open. Because somebody here is about to change their mind. Um, it's a yes, they do want family. But you also can be becoming an extension of their family, and they're becoming an extension of yours. It don't necessarily mean that you have to be having a child, but for some of you, that's your destiny, okay? That's your destiny. But for some people, it can be you're an extension to their family, you become an extension, they become an extension of yours, and it's two blended families. They may have already have previous kids, and some of you may already have. So there's two families coming together. But the cups are about feelings and emotions. So all about a level of vulnerability here. And if you allow this masculine energy to, or what they're doing is being more vulnerable to this experience of long-term happiness, which everybody don't have. Most of the people don't have long-term longevity of love and happiness. But it's here. It's here for a lot of people. Also, when it comes to our society here, we're about to get a huge new change. We're about to get a huge new change in our um, home. The Wolverine. Fierce, unpredictable, wild, power struggles, assertive, possessive, determined, and elusive. Um, some of y'all are gonna get information about having to fight for your home. I don't know what that means for some of you. Maybe you know what that means individually, but it's gonna be some power struggles. Um, Either about trying to keep your home or trying to leave it. So I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a fight with you and a mortgage company. Rates may be changing for some of you. It can be like a takeover or your home is bought. I don't know what it is. Some of you, of course, can be living in apartment complexes and different things like that. But you're gonna have to seek or find some information here, or you're waiting on information about how to move forward when it comes to your living arrangements. I mean, if you're not comfortable there and you're ready to leave, um, you may have some power struggles about having to leave your place if you're wanting to take a leap of faith and move forward. And some of you, it may be the opposite, where it may be some power struggles about you keeping your home. So I don't know if that have to do with the city, because the Ace of Swords also can be the city and or government. Okay. And this information or may come out of some nowhere. Some of you may have an appointment. You're gonna get good news with the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Cups here. You're gonna get a yes. So if you're applying for some type of assistance, whether it's they have organizations where they can help you with your rent or lights or gas or something like that, you're gonna be approved, but it can be a little bit of a power struggle. But don't give up. Okay, don't give up. Reapply or whatever you need to do though. So whoever this Page of Swords is, real quickly, they're gonna come in as a power struggle with their communication. Because again, they're having trouble with levels of vulnerability, on choosing the right words at the right time. It also can be very assertive or very fierce. Don't let it turn into an argument. Okay, you don't have time for that right now. Yes, speak your truth, but speak your truth with feelings and emotions and not very assertive. It's not the time to do that with Saturn in retrograde. It's not going to help the situation. Also, watch your type of communication that you're having with people in leadership, Ace of Swords, people who you need to communicate to. Watch the conversations that you also are having or arguments that can arise with children or if you have younger children. Um, but this person is going to come in talking very possessive and assertive when they do communicate with you, and it may rub you the wrong way. That's why the card said, that's why it said, don't, for right now or the next 5 months, don't have fear, judgment, or opinion. Let whoever say whatever they got to say. You can say your piece and your truth too, but don't rebuttal. Okay? Don't rebuttal as a very fierce type of answer. Okay? Even though the other person may. Because what's happening is if this is a divine masculine, they're going through issues of vulnerability because they do want this 10 of cups. But what's happening is Saturn is breaking them down. Saturn is breaking them down to the white meat. Let's just say it like that. Okay. To be a page of pentacles where that they can initially apologize, they can start to present um a some type of conclusive offer to you that means something, because the page of pentacles is the only card as a page that can turn into an emperor. Not the page of swords, not any of those. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles is the only two that will lead to longevity. All of the other ones, they just in and out. They ain't gonna do nothing. Okay. So this person, like, again, like I said, whoever they are, it's kind of like they need to start over with you if you allow it. But how they come in with the communication may not suit very well with you. You may not feel very well with how they're talking. So again, the letter P, just have patience. You know, don't allow that power or that pressure to affect you by what somebody say or how they say it. I'm telling you that they're learning to be vulnerable. If this is the person or situation that you want, they're learning how to be vulnerable. And so what's happening is Saturn is stripping their ego so that they can be more compassionate and vulnerable. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there because I know I already went way over an hour. So we're going to come back tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to do more readings on career and money. Okay. Um, Whatever comes out, come out. But I'm also going to implement or do a whole reading a couple of days a week about career and money. We're going to do the new moon reading in Gemini. That's in the next 4 days, July the 5th. And then we got Venus that's moving into Cancer on July the 6th. So, again, this is why all these communication and feelings and vulnerability and emotions and all this stuff will be start coming to the surface. Okay. Um, because it will be going into Cancer. And Cancer is the moon. Cancer is feelings and emotions. So this is why this stuff is going to be communicating, coming out of nowhere for most of you, but some of you it may uh, be closer toward when Mercury goes retrograde August. So some of you it can be now when Venus moves to Cancer, and some of you is going to be when Mercury goes retrograde next month, because we're all on different levels, and your person, all of them are on different levels. Okay. So thank y'all so much. If you need to, always save this so when it's time, you can always come back to it and listen to it. And always create you a playlist so you don't have to go looking for it in my videos. And I thank y'all so much for all the likes and the views, and I see you in the next one.